Hi everyone. So for today, I'm going to teach you on how to use or how to attach file to your activity or submit your activity. Okay. So it is important that you've learned this task since we are using the Pegasus Learning Management System. So there are activities that you need to submit in your respective PLMS. So therefore, it is important that you've learned on how to attach or to submit a particular activity, assignment, or particular documents that your professors requires you to submit. Okay? So for now, I have here two activities. So the activity 1 is without attachment and the activity 2 is with attachment. So aaralin natin. So I'm going to demonstrate with you on how to submit particular output without attachment and with attachment. Okay, so first, of course, what we need to do is to do first the activity 1, which is the without attachment. So basically, you can see in your respective PLMS, in your dashboard, in your particular subject, the activities that your professors gave you. Okay, so in this platform or in this activity, as you can see in this subject, there is two activities. So the activity 1 and 2. So let's proceed to the activity 1. Okay, so of course, before we proceed on that, I would like to remind you at your right corner, ayan, there are two boxes that you can see. So why those boxes are empty? So it simply means that you haven't accomplished a particular task. But it not necessarily mean that after you submit the task, it's automatically, there's a check that will appear there. But there are some professors that they need to grade first your activity. Like on my subject, so you need to get first your grade, and then if you have your grade already, you will see that there is a check already on that particular box. Okay? So now let's proceed to the activity 1. So without attachment. So basically, when we say without attachment, if you click this, okay, it will lead you to the instructions of the activity. So the activity 1. So below this one, there is an instruction here wherein you can read whatever activity that your professor asks you to do. So, or if there are questions that you need to answer. Okay, so basically, so there is an instructions over here. And then for the submission status, as you can see, there is the submission status, the grading status, the due date, the time remaining, the last modified, and the submission comments. For the submission status, since there is no attempt here because we haven't tried to submit anything. But if you try to add or to submit a particular activity, you will see that there is the status will be changed from draft to submitted. Okay. Then for the grading status, not graded since your professor did not able to grade or it's not graded your activity yet, no? And then the due date, of course, you will see here when is the due of the particular activity, and then the time remaining that you have to accomplish this particular task, no? And then last modified, so you will see there the things that you do when you modify your activity. So now, how we are going to put an output, no? So paano tayo maglalagay ng output? So of course, it is important to click this add submission. Then once you click that add submission, automatically you can see this particular box, no? So the online text box. So it simply means here, it means you're not going to attach anything. Okay, so it means you're not going to submit a file in an MS Word or in an MS PowerPoint or any file. You're not going to submit, no? So it's just, for example, there is an instructions over here. Your professor asks you to answer the previous questions of your lessons, and then you may type your answer here. Okay, so if it is an essay, you may describe here, and so on and so forth, no? So you may type, and then after you able to do that, of course, you have to click the save changes. Okay, so yan, so save, yan. So automatically after that, as you can see on your submission status, it says that draft, not submitted. Okay? Since you were able to put, okay, your activity. So, still ganun pa rin ang status niya. So, on the online text, eto na po yon, last modified. It means, ngayon natin siya ginawa. So, ito yung date. Okay? Yan. So, kung kailan mo last ginawa. Kasi automatically, your professor will be notified as well when did you do your task. Okay? And then, the online text or the task, okay, that you wrote or the answer that you wrote on the online text a while ago. So, ito po yun. So, if you have a long answer, you will see your answer here. Okay? And then, since there's still time, no? So, you have the right to not submit this yet. But if you think that you want to modify, you want to add particular answer, search for reference, automatically, you can do that. Okay? You may click the edit submission. Once you click that edit submission, ayan. So, you can modify your answer. Okay? For example, modification. Ayan. Dyan yun na siya mamomodify. Okay? So, for example, you have to define tourism and hospitality. So, you have to write it there, no? And then, after that, you save that again. Okay? So, automatically, you modified, your date modified was adjusted. It says, you last modified last July 18 at 2:27 p.m. Okay? So, now, you may remove as well your submission. Automatically, the online text that you had will be removed. Okay? So, after that, of course, hindi pa rin siya submitted. It's still draft. Okay? So, hindi pa rin siya nakasubmit. Hindi pa rin siya ma-check ng professor ninyo. That's why, you need to make sure that this submission status will be changed to submitted. How we are going to do that? Of course, we go down, and then you will be seeing here the submit assignment. Okay? So, don't worry kasi even it is an activity or other output, it's still, you will see one instruction there that the word is submit assignment. Submit assignment pa rin siya. Okay? So, you have to click that, submit assignment, and then there will be another dialog box that appeared or instructions that appeared here, and it says, or the confirmation submission, or confirm submission, it says here that this submission is my own work, except where I have acknowledged the use of the works of other people. So, it means sarili mong gawa iyon. You own that output, then you have to click that. And then, you cannot submit that without clicking this. Okay? So, of course, it is important to cite references if you need to, no? Especially if you copy paste a particular output, no? Then there's a last question. Are you sure you want to submit your work for grading? You will not be able to make any more changes once you click this continue. Okay, kaya dapat pag-isipan ninyo. So after that, you click the continue, and if you think you're sure already with your output, then you will see here that the submission status is submitted for grading. So it means you cannot do anything. You already submitted your file. So you just need to wait for your professor to grade your output. Okay? So after your professor graded your output, automatically your grading status, your grade will appear here. So you will monitor your progress. Okay? So that's how you're going to submit a particular output or an activity without any attachment. Okay? Now, let's see how we are going to do if we are going to submit a particular activity with attachment. Okay? So, for example, documents, MS Word, pictures, and so on and so forth. So, what we are going to do, you have to click here. Then, of course, there's still instruction here that your professor will give you. Okay, so what type of format, unless otherwise your professor discuss it already with you during your class discussion. But normally, there are professors who are including their instructions in terms of the file format that you need to submit in this particular area. Okay? So, of course, same procedure, yung submission status, yun din ang nakalagay. So, same procedure, you need to add submission. Okay? So, this time, you cannot type anything. Okay? So, because it asks you to submit a particular attachment or document. Unlike the first one, you need to type your output. You need to type your answer. But this time, you need to attach a particular file. So, for you to be able to attach the file, of course, ito yung area na kung saan kayo mag-a-attach. You can drag and drop your file here if you want. So, from the folder, i-drag nyo siya papunta dito. It's automatically will be loading. But, of course, if you don't want to do that, you have to click this one. Okay? Or this one. Okay? The add. So, of course, add file. You have to click that. Then, you have to choose the file. Okay? So, of course, for example, we're going to attach a particular document, okay, or logo. So, let's say, let's attach a particular documents. Okay, so for example, this one. So, I ask you to create a letter for TPB. So, let's attach. Okay, so there's a letter already for TPB. You have to make sure that you use a good file name, okay, so that your professor will be able to read that. Then you have to upload the file. You just have to wait. Then automatically, if you saw the files already here, it means it's already uploaded. Okay? And then you have to save it. After you save this, automatically, same thing with the on the activity 1, without the attachment, you can see it is still draft. Okay? And then the files you submitted is already here. Okay, you can see the file name, and of course, still you have an option to edit that or to remove the file that you submitted. Okay, and then after that, for example, we don't want to effect any changes. But what if, sir, you ask us to submit not just one file? Of course, you may add multiple file here. Okay, so you just click the file, or you have to drag the file here. But in this scenario kasi, as you can see, there's no option here that you can still attach file because this particular activity is customized that you need to submit only one file. Okay? But if there's an option or there's an instruction that you need to submit 3 type of files or 3 files, so you can add more files. But this scenario, in this particular activity, I customized this for only one activity or for only one file. That's why I cannot attach any other file. Okay? So, but what if I want to I want to change the file that I attach? Of course, you have to click this one and then you have to delete. Okay? So, after you delete that, okay, ayan, automatically it will be removed. But of course, make sure before you submit that you attach the file. Okay, the file is uploaded in this area. Okay, then save this. Then you will notice, you will see in this area, in this submission status, if you notice that there is no file here, it means there is no attachment. But if you saw that there is a file here, it means there's an attachment. And of course, if I want to submit this, of course, submit assignment, then there is a confirmation again. You have to click that and then continue. Okay, you will see that it changed again, or it says here that your submission status is already submitted for grading. Okay, so you cannot change it anymore. So that's how you're going to attach a particular file. Okay? Okay. And now, what if I ask you, especially during the examination. Normally, during examination, I ask you to submit your permit. Okay? So, for example, I ask you to submit your examination permit. So, let's use also the activity 1 without the attachment. Okay? So, you don't need to attach a particular file. So, here, I ask you to submit a particular photo or particular output. Okay? So, let's try to submit. Okay? So, you have to click that. And then, there is instructions again. Of course, you have to read the instructions given by your professor. So, by this time, we have the same activity. It's without attachment. So, if you add submission, it's still the same on the online text. Okay? So, there is also an online text. So, here in the online text, aside that you can type your message or your answer, okay, into a word, you can attach a particular photo, okay, or audio or video, okay, or a particular link. For example, I ask you to search a particular link, okay. So what if you want to show as evidence to your output that you that output came from a particular link? So how you are going to do that? Of course, you have to click this particular button or the link, okay, in the menu bar. Okay, so you have to click this. Then there is an enter a URL here. So it means, for example, you search on Google a particular flower. Okay, so flower store. Okay, so you want to submit this particular link, you have to copy the URL, then you have to paste that here, then you have to click this, open in the new window, and then create. So automatically, the link that you gave or the link that you included is clickable. So malalaman mo siya that it's clickable. You will notice if it is clickable when you put your mouse over the link. It put an underline. Okay, there's an underline. But if you just copy paste your URL on this area, such as this, you will notice that if you put your mouse in that URL, there is no underline. Okay, unlike at the top one, there is an underline. So it means once your professor click that link, automatically it will lead your professor to the link that you gave them. Okay, so aside from that URL, okay, or link, you can also attach a particular emojis, okay, or you can attach photo. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say and to tell you a while ago. What if I ask you to submit a photo? Okay, how you're going to attach that? Of course, you have to click this menu, the insert or edit the image. So you have to click that, and of course, after clicking that, you have to, of course, browse repositories. So you have to click that, and then you have to choose a file. Then you go to your photos. Ayan, you have to choose. Yeah, for example, this photo. Then open, automatically the file will be uploaded, no? After automatically the photos will be uploaded there after you click the upload file. Okay, and then make sure in this description you have to write a particular description. You may put logo, since this is a logo, or photo, or anything, or permit, or image. Okay, so it's up to you what do you want to put there. You may also include space, okay, because you cannot save this without a particular description. Okay, and then save. Automatically you will see the image here, okay, on the text box. Okay, and then after that you have to save. But before we save that, of course, I would like to tell you also, you can insert audio or video files. I mean, you can insert video files and then audio, or you may record a particular video. Ayan, you may put that also. Okay, and then save. Okay. Automatically, you will see your image here, the online text. Okay, so there is an image. Okay, so ganun po mag-submit ng image. And then, of course, submit assignment. Automatically, it will ask you again another confirm submission or confirmation for your submission. You have to click that and then continue. Okay? So, ayan. So, automatically, your file is already submitted. But, at the side of the professor, they will see the photo that you submitted. Okay? So, which is this one. Okay? Normally, ito, on my subject, I'm using this when I ask you to submit your examination permit. So, you have to take a photo of your examination permit and then you have to attach that there. Then, you have to submit. Okay? Okay. So that's it. So that's how you're going to do the activity 1 without attachment and activity 2 with attachment. Okay? So I hope you've learned, and if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you.